Let me ask you something. How many times have you struggled in school but kept quiet, hoping that you would just figure it out on your own? Now, I need you to be honest about that. But did you know that 60% of students struggle academically simply because they don't ask for help? Yep. Fear, pride, and not knowing where to turn and who to ask. So today in this video here in this Kantis Simmons Show, I'm challenging you and I'm challenging myself to break that cycle. I'm committed for the rest of the week when I'm struggling in the area, when I'm weak in the area, when I need some advice, is to ask for help. So if you've ever hesitated on asking for help, I want you today to watch this video because I'm going to show you the benefits of asking for help. Welcome to the Kantis Simmons Show. I'm Kantis Simmons, and I believe that we're here because we want you to succeed in school and succeed in life. And sometimes we just don't know everything. So in this video, I'm going to show you that the students that succeed the most are the ones who, it's not that they don't struggle, right? Those that succeed the most are the ones who know how to ask for help. Now, before we jump into this video, I want you to do a few things for me. Number one, down in the comments, I want you to go ahead and say it. In all of my videos, I encourage people to say this. This will be my best school year ever. Yeah, whether you're a student, whether you're a parent, yeah, let me know in the chat box. This will be my best school year ever. Also, because you're here, I want to let you know that I have a very amazing resource for you. If you go to kantissimmons.com /study smarter, click the link down below. Just because you're here, I want to give you access to an amazing program. It's all about studying smarter and not harder. Simply go to kantissimmons.com /study smarter. Also, if you're having some challenges in finding money for college, hey, click the link down below. Go to kantissimmons.com /college funding. Just because you're here, I'm going to give you access to these amazing two programs and help you have an amazing, amazing school year. So in today's episode of the Kantis Simmons Show, I'm going to break down why students hesitate to ask for help. I want to also talk about where you can find help when you need it. And I want to show you how to ask for help because asking for help is the key to success. Now, one of the things that I've noticed in my own personal life is the power of people and relationships. And the cool thing about the life that we live, whether it is a parental relationship, whether it is a teacher relationship, whether it's a mutual relationship between two friends. The beautiful thing about relationship is that we all need each other. All right. Yeah, we all need each other. So let's talk about a few problems for why you may not ask for help or why people may not ask for help. Here's the big problem. Why don't students ask for help? Right? Why do we keep silence? What goes on the inside of us to say, hey, I'm not sure if I want to ask for help, right? So here are some reasons that I've experienced and some reasons that I believe that you may be experiencing, challenge yourself from asking for help. Number one, the fear of looking dumb, right? Nobody wants to feel embarrassed. You're in the classroom and people are around and you don't want to be that person to say, hey, I need help, because that feels embarrassing. So it boils down to fear, right? The second thing that may stop you from asking for help is thinking you should have just figured it out already, right? You believe struggling alone makes you smarter. Now, here's the reality of it, right? Life is a journey. Whether you're in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, or a rising adult, you do not know it all. This is why we need people. And there are some things in life that you just can't figure it out. So outside of fear, outside of thinking you should know it all, the next thing is not knowing who to ask. Sometimes when things come up, it's like, should I ask my teacher about this? Should I ask a classmate about this? Should I ask a tutor about this? Should I ask a friend about this? And you're really unsure where to turn And the last reason most people fear asking for help is because of procrastination and pride. Yeah, procrastination and pride. You keep telling yourself, hey, I got this. I can figure it out. And you keep doing that until it's time for the test or it's time for the deadline to arrive. When you've had proper time ahead to say, hey, I need some help. And because I need some help, now you're able to see success. But because of fear, because of embarrassment, because of not knowing who to turn to, because of procrastination, I understand why you fear asking for help. All right. Now, does that sound familiar to you? Are any of those things, trust me, you're not alone in this, but you've experienced that, right? Here's the second reason why people don't ask for help. It's because people don't know where to ask for help. Yeah, you don't know where to ask for help. All right, so let's talk about some solutions where this is concerned. One of the beautiful things is you can learn from other people's lessons. All right, when you ask for help, it is not a sign of weakness. I say all the time, when you fail, that gives you feedback, right? You do something that doesn't work out the way it's supposed to, it gives you feedback. The same thing in life, when you have situations where you may lose or you may fall, it's going to give you lessons. So when you ask certain people for help, it's not a thing of weakness. It is knowing that you can turn to a certain individual when you need the help. Okay, so let me give you a few people that you want to start asking for help. This is what they are all in the business for. Number one, you want to ask your teachers for help. All right, guess what? Your teachers are getting paid to help you. They are getting paid to help you learn. All right, so if you need to stay after class, go get the help. If you need to email them, go get the help. If you need to schedule some time to go to their meeting hours, make sure you get the help. Number two, study groups. Study groups and friends. Peers and friends who get it can explain things in a way that makes sense for you. There are certain people, we all receive information differently, but you may have somebody in your group, you may have a friend, and there are certain friends that can give you a different perspective of what you have. And by not leaning on your friend or the study group, guess what's happening? It's making you wiser. It's making you smarter. So your teachers, your study groups. Number three, tutors, right? There are tutoring services, all right? Schools offer free tutoring. There are some online resources, right? There's Khan Academy, there's Sheg. There are a lot of things online, tutoring services, so ask for help. As well as you got online communities. Now we have AI. AI can be your teacher, right? You can put something into AI, and then now you can break down the tough concepts. So the idea that I want you to realize is outside of your teachers, outside of your friends, outside of online communities, outside of AI, you should be in the mind space of asking for questions. Okay. Now, here's what I want you to realize. I remember that some years ago, as I was working at, I was in grad school. I was in grad school and I was at Lehigh University. And I remember I was having a tough time with a certain subject. I can't remember which subject it was, but it definitely was in grad school. And so I was at Lehigh University and I said, you know what? I'm having a problem in this class. So I decided to invite some students over to my crib at the time. And so, of course, I'm from the South. And most of these classmates, they were from Thailand. So I said, you know what? I'm going to invite these students over from Thailand. They look like they have it going on. And so I invited them over and they said, well, Kantis, we're going to come over. You got to cook us some soul food. So, I cooked up some things that I've learned from my mom and my southern family and everything, and brought them all over. And so I'm sitting in my apartment. They're there on the sofas and we're talking, and I'm looking at them and they're looking at me. I'm looking at them, they're looking at me, and we're looking at each other like, hey, who's going to ask the question? Who has the information? Who has the details on this class or this subject? And here's what I realized. I'm looking at them for answers, and they were looking at me for answers. Because they said, how did this black guy from the South end up here at Lehigh? He must be smart. And I learned a major lesson there. You're not the only one that needs help. As you give help, other people return it with help. And so once we look at this aspect of asking questions and asking for help, don't go through life living ignorantly because your mouth is hushed, your hand is down when you need help. You know, one of the things that I've even noticed, students that have challenges asking for help as a student, as a young person, have challenges asking for help as an adult. And I want you to realize that your teachers, your study groups, the people that you work with, the people in your class, mentors, tutors, they are all here to help you get things up. If you see yourself falling down to a C or a B, ask for help to get that back up to an A, because that A today will be able to help you tomorrow. Guess what? That C or that D today will hinder your tomorrow. So I guarantee you this. If you start speaking up, if you start speaking up about your grades, if you start speaking up, you're going to see your confidence rise. And because you see your confidence rise, everything else skyrockets. Struggling in silence won't get you to the top. No, the smartest students aren't the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who know when to ask for help, and they know who to ask for help. So here's my challenge to you. As you're watching this video, let me know in the chat box. All right? For one subject, what subject is it where you need some help? Go ahead, schedule that time with that teacher, that tutor, that friend, that group. Get online, ask AI for help. And I want to be there to assist you through all of it. All right. So let me know in the chat box. Be accountable. Go ahead and let me know who you're going to ask for help and what's the question you're going to ask them. I'm Kantis Simmons, the coolest guy with 7.25 fingers. And remember this will be your best school year ever. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.